The Pilipinas Live app for just 99 pesos a month. Available for download on Google Play or the App Store.
All right, so let's get in the game and begin the show with the latest on Gilas Pilipinas. After a hard-fought battle in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, the Philippine team is back to facing closer rivals as they get ready for the 19th Asian Games. Now, the theme for the roster is the comeback of several big names, including the Beast, Calvin Abueva, Terrence Romeo, who all once represented the flag.
Saya na masarap at lahat pinaghahandaan.
Actually, sobrang thankful talaga ako na nakabalik ulit sa Gilas, nabigyan ulit ng pagkakataon na mag-represent ng country. Kailangan ko lang mag-isip kung paano makatulong sa team. Yun naman yung pinaka-importante. Isa na ako sa matanda ngayon sa team namin. So I guess yung experience ko before, nung bata pa ako, hopefully madala ko at makatulong ako sa team namin.
Feels great. It's always an honor to put on a Gilas jersey and represent the flag, and having the fans and the people in the Philippines support is it's always an honor. Just seeing the passion, the fans. Always been knowing that the passion from the fans has been there for with the support of the team, and how much basketball means to the country. So just seeing that over the World Cup, the couple of weeks, it was great seeing. And I think the Philippines put the world on notice on how big and how much we appreciate basketball out here.
Maganda magaan sa lahat at lalo sa management na kasama mo at yun lang ibibigay namin is yung tiwala. Kasi kung wala nga tiwala sa isa't isa, hindi mabubuo itong team na to.
Excited ako. Sobrang ganda ng lineup namin, ganda ng pinapractice namin. Kahit na konti lang yung time namin, I'm sure bibigay namin yung best effort namin.
Just to be honest, just everybody, from Perk to Calvin, everybody, Terrence Romeo, Motow Tool, I could just keep naming everybody. So everybody, of course, Jumar and the rest of the guys.
Sa lahat ng fans na sumusuporta sa amin, maraming salamat sa inyo at sana huwag kayong magsawa na sumuporta sa amin. Sa bawat games namin, sana panoorin nyo kami at ipagdasal nyo kami.
Support na lang, and this the Asian Games. Maraming player na magaling at mapapasabak tayo dito at yun lang, wag tayo magkumpiyansa. Bigay natin buong puso.
Very classic, Calvin Abueva, Terrence Romeo. Si Terrence, nagmumukha ng Daniel Padilla. But you take a look at these two gentlemen. Naalala ko nung high school pa ako. Naglaro na sila sa Gilas. Great, baka prep. Pero when you take a look at these two, just how important is it? Especially knowing yung quality nila, yung intensity ni Calvin Abueva, yung shot creation ni Terrence Romeo, to have that type of veteran skill sa Gilas?
Well, first of all, it's great to see the Gilas Pilipinas team have an open practice. Just having that connection with the fans brings the fans closer to the game, to the Gilas practice, and that way they can support the team better as well. But talking about Calvin Abueva and Terrence Romeo, every time Calvin Abueva wears that Gilas jersey, he just brings all-out effort every time on the court. Whether he's up against a 6'10", 6'11" guy, it doesn't matter. He's going to box him out. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to try to get blocks. Or when he's guarding 6'1", 5'10" quick guys in the international stage, he's always going to be there. He's always going to give 100% effort. But when you talk about Terrence Romeo, he talked about his experience. He's one of the veterans now compared to, his experience before. I think in the international stage, experience is one of the most important things because it's still basketball, but there are rules that you kind of have to know.
Yeah.
The way teams play in the international stage is very different from the way they play here in the local leagues here. So, Terrence and Calvin, they're gonna bring that veteran experience for Gilas Pilipinas in the upcoming games.
How important do you think is yung maturity ni Terrence Romeo going into this one, considering that we've seen him grow up, all the way from his days in FEU to what he is right now? Gaano importante yung maturity ni Terrence?
Well, I think it's very important. We saw him from becoming from a super scorer in college and in his rookie years in the PBA to a champion for the San Miguel Beermen, right? He knew what it takes now to win a championship, to win more games rather than just scoring. And sana yun yung mapakita niya this time when he plays for Gilas?
Well, Gilas Pilipinas will have another open practice in the form of a tune-up game against the LG Sakers very soon. And of course, balita ko there's another friendly happening. But then I don't know kung masasabi pa natin, Jegs. Pero they're going to have another
a
friendly
strong
happening
team
soon.
against a strong team.
Sige, sabihin natin malakas.
Okay, so we went from the veterans. Now let's move to the young blood because after the break, we'll hear from two draftees in the upcoming PBA season 48. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Awardee Luis Villegas, and via Zoom we have UST sharpshooter Sherwin Concepcion. Idols, welcome to the game, Luis and Sherwin.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start it off with Luis. Luis, you know, you were a one and done player for UE and the UAAP, and you received mythical honors right away, immediate impact for your team. But what was the biggest adjustment for you? You came from the States, from San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, and now coming here to the Philippines. How is it different, the way we play basketball here in the Philippines?
The style of play is different. You know, it's a lot more skillful. You know, and it's more competitive, I would say. You know, like you feel the love of basketball here in the country, and you know, it makes you want to play harder every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Sherwin, before going into this draft, going into the PBA draft, well, karamihan sa experience mo nasa 3x3. How much did that help in terms of yung skill level mo going into 5-on-5 competition ulit?
Siyempre, nung una, nag-adjust ako kasi yun nga, galing ako sa 3x3 tapos medyo nakapaglaro ako sa MPBL sa Mindoro. Tapos yun, nung kaka-start ko medyo na-adapt ko yung 3x3 play.
Na-miss mo ba? Na-miss mo ba, Sherwin, yung 5-on-5?
Oo, sobra.
Sherwin,
Kasi gusto ko talaga laruin talaga yung 5x5.
Just a follow-up, no? Kasi sa UST, you know, you were, especially your last season, season 84, diba? You were supposed to play one more season, but in terms of eligibility and age, di ka umabot doon. How did that affect you mentally as a basketball
Nahulog phone niya,
player?
wait lang.
Tsaka paano ka nag-adjust nung time na yun? Okay lang yan. Ayusin mo muna yung phone. Yan. Yan, Sherwin, yung experience mo na yun na biglang di ka pwede makalaro, tas biglang, how did you prepare? Paano ka nag-training kahit di ka nakalaro nung season 85?
Nung di ako nakapaglaro, syempre, sobrang sama ng loob ko nun eh. Kasi 1 week na lang yata yun, 2 weeks pa UAAP na. Tapos biglang ganun yung nangyari. Actually, nasa Singapore kami nun eh. Team building namin. Tapos may mga tune-up game kami doon. Tapos biglang in-announce sa amin na kami dalawa ni Brian, hindi kami makapaglaro. Tapos yun, after a week, sabi ko, hindi ako pwede mawalan ng sa sarili ko. Tapos tuloy lang, trabaho lang, ganyan.
Well, of course, we can't wait to see you on the PBA stage. Pero let's go first back to Luis. Luis, you take a look at your journey here so far. So a lot of, for those who don't know, you're still recovering from an injury. Most likely, I believe the timeline is around January going into this. Just to prop yourself up a bit here, why do you think people should still pick you, considering that you need a bit of time to get fully right?
Just what I can bring to the table off the court. I feel like I'm a really good person, a really good teammate. And, I feel like that's valuable when, things aren't going well in the game. I can also bring a different perspective, from watching and, and also learn from all these vets that I'm eventually going to be playing with.
Yeah. And of course, in the UAAP, you're one of the reasons why UE, went back to the limelight. Winning 5 wins after, struggling to get victories before the season you played. So you're a game changer. You could definitely say that. But when it comes to, this whole draft process, I kind of feel with you here. It's, it's kind of a lot of anxiety because you don't know really what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But for you, were there any, coaches or players that have talked to you during the combine? You were there, like, just to give you advice what to expect in this whole journey as you start your pro career here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I would say the one person that kind of helped me out the most, just because, his experience is Renadel. He kind of just talked me through it, and, he coached me at TNT 3x3, and he's been a great mentor to me.
What did he tell you? Yeah.
Just to be ready. He saw me play, he knows my skill set, he knows what I can do. And he knows I'm ready for the PBA. So hearing that vote of confidence from him, especially now knowing who he is, was great. Yeah, definitely.
Did you realize that he was a legend when he first talked to you?
No, actually, we had a workout, just me and him, first time in TNT, and solo workout. And I looked at him, I was like, "Are you a player? Are you playing with us?" And he was like, "No, I'm a coach." And I went back to my UE boys and I was like, "Hey, do you guys know a guy named RDO?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "What?" Like, RDO? And then I started looking him up and I realized who he was.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see your face the moment you saw his highlights. Pero balik muna tayo kay Sherwin. Sherwin, any nerves going into yung PBA draft? Siyempre, big step to in terms of yung career mo.
Sobrang din sa akin ngayon eh. Yung sobrang pressure sa akin kasi di mo alam kung saan ka mapupuntang team. Tapos lagi ko na lang pinagdadasal kung saan ako dadalhin ng taas. Yun, alam ko naman di ako papabayaan.
Well, of course, Sherwin, there was a time na you got called up for Gilas actually after your terrific season in season 84. How was that experience for you? Kahit di ka nakapasok sa lineup, I'm sure naka-training ka rin with them. And of course, some of the coaches gusto rin malaman kung paano yung experience mo nun with Gilas.
Una, syempre, sobrang blessed ko rin nun. Tsaka sobrang ng opportunity sa akin nun kasi yun nga, napasama ko sa Gilas Pool tapos yung mga coaching staff na sa taas, malaking experience din sa akin yun. Tapos marami ako natutunan, ganyan.
Sherwin, who has been giving you advice sa proseso na to? Kasi syempre, making sure that your skill set is right pang 5x5 at of course, lahat ng mga, I guess, mga struggles, worries, who's been talking to you?
Yung pagka lagi kong nakausap ko yun si Boss Marvin eh. Na humingi akong advice sa kanya kasi yun nga, sabi ko, gagawin ko na lang yung trabaho ko, boss, basta ikaw na pumala sa akin, ganyan.
Shout out to Boss Marvin kasi lahat yata tayo dito agency Boss Marvin. So yun, aalagaan ka niyan, Sherwin. And also Luis for sure. But
I just want to let everyone know wala pa akong agent, ha? For good reason, though.
So let's go back to Luis here. When it comes to the game, you know, the technical aspect of the game, what can you bring to the table for a team that's wanting to draft you? You know, you're a 6'8" big guy who's very versatile.
I feel like I can spread the floor. You know, I can run, I can rebound, I can pass. I like to think my IQ is high up there.
Yep.
So bringing all that, but most of all, just being a good person with my teammates. You know, whenever they're down, you know, making sure to lift them up, and it takes the team, you know, to win a
Well,
championship.
we've seen that
so.
in the UAAP. Hopefully translates. to
Yeah,
the PBA.
100%. Sherwin, before we let you go, what can PBA teams expect from you if they do choose to draft you?
Aside from shooter,
Alam naman natin na shooter ka eh.
Sherwin,
Siyempre, hindi lang sa offense kasi tinrabaho ko rin yung depensa ko and nagpabilis ako and yun nga, nagpa-lose ako ng weight para bumilis.
And of course, good luck to you, Sherwin, sa whole draft process and the journey. But Luis, for you, lastly, your message to all the fans, of course, the PBA that's been, you know, waiting for this PBA draft as well. What's your message to them?
Get ready. You know, this draft class is loaded. A lot of great talent coming in, a lot of young blood, so it's going to be an exciting couple years.
Yes, sir. And good luck. Good luck to you. This
Thank
whole
you.
journey, it's going to be very memorable for you. That's
Definitely.
for sure.
Luis, Sherwin, maraming salamat. Really appreciate the both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so after the break, check out part 2 of the shot list with PBA stars Tyler Teo and Aaron Black as we talk about the big eras of Ateneo basketball. Ooh, sakit nun. Keep it here. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. With the new UAAP season just around the corner, Tito Mikey Reyes caught up with former Ateneo Blue Eagles Aaron Black and Tyler Teo in this latest edition of the Shot List.
All right, so quick shot list for both of you, and I want to make this as tough as possible. So let's make it your top threes. Okay? Start with AB. Your top 3 OGs in the league. I don't care what position. You can justify why, but your top 3.
Probably Papa Ray from Nathan.
Oh, okay. Love your own.
That's a good
Love
one.
your own. This
Papa
guy is
Ray.
in the gym. I can't beat this guy to the gym,
To
Mike.
this day.
To this day.
Like, he doesn't even play that much anymore, di ba? Pero
the other day, I was 2.5 hours early for practice, which you're thinking nobody's there. Diba? Andun siya. Shooting siya. 2.5. Today, we had practice at 10, he was there at 7:30.
So, do you see him as the epitome of a pro?
Yeah. C. Ross, definitely somebody I looked up to all throughout. And I'd probably have to say, after playing against him in the finals, LA. Yeah, from, I was what, 6-year-old kid?
Yeah. When your dad coached in Ateneo, diba?
Sa Ateneo, I was 6 or 7 years old, and then I grew up watching him, all his championships, yung move niya to Ginebra, tas makalabang ko sa finals. Definitely somebody I look up to.
In a 7-game series, did you finally see why LA is LA? Iba kasi yung 7-game series.
LA definitely, he thinks the game a lot different than most people do. I think if you're a point guard who wants to learn, especially if you're going kahit college ka, ganun, you should watch him play.
How are you, Ty, so far? First year mo. Who are the 3 OGs that, your top 3 in the league at the moment?
Well, since AB went with one of his own, I'll go with one of mine. I'll go with RJ Hasul.
RJ!
He's the guy that I didn't really expect him to be. He's a good shooter, but when you see him work out, like before and after practice, the guy doesn't miss, man. Grabe talaga. And Mark Baroka, someone I look up to because of just the way he impacts the game both offensively and defensively. And that's the kind of player that I want to be known for. He's a two-way player. I'll go with one of my own from before, Sean Anthony. He's one guy that I really got a lot of knowledge from, not just on the court, but off the court.
Before we finish this, I just want to backtrack a bit, back to Ateneo, bago tayo tapusin to.
Okay.
I suppose you're a big fan of your dad's era with Ateneo. I suppose you're obviously Coach Tab. 3 reasons as to why the Coach Norman era will beat the Coach Tab era.
Give me the first reason. Kiefer Ravena. Let's give me the first reason. The tandem of him and I think it was Wami and Eman Mon for all those guards.
Yeah, that was
Clark
tough.
Long,
Jai Reyes.
Yeah, Jai Reyes. Chris Chu. That whole,
Jai
And then
Reyes,
you had
my
the
friend.
big second reason, Greg Slaughter.
Greg Slaughter.
I mean, yes, we had Anj. They had Greg, Raba, Noy, Baclaw. Guys, forget Noy.
Oh, Noy was a beast.
That's 4
bro.
blocks a game
Yeah, Noy was a
in college. And I feel like there was just, you could go 1 to 16, although you probably could go 1 to 16 on our team
You
also.
can go one.
No, you can go 1 to 30 with that era, bro.
1 to 30.
Eric Salamat.
That's true.
Ryan, bro.
Buenafe. Sige, yun na lang, third reason ko. The closer.
Ryan
Buenafe.
Ryan Buenafe, bro.
That guy was
the ultimate
the
closer,
goat.
bro. Pati Bar, kino-close nun eh.
Bro, iba yung, I was home. I remember I had some kind of sickness. I was home when he hit the shot in Araneta. I went crazy in the house.
Sige nun.
Grabe yun. Yeah. So I'd say third reason, Ryan.
Tyler, you were in the middle of that era, the Coach Tab era. Why will Coach Tab's era beat the Coach Norman era?
Do I even think that? I'm not sure anymore after what he said.
Grabe yung mga pangalan na binring ko.
Hold up.
I think the system.
The system is there, yeah. But okay rin naman yung system nila eh. So I think it's just pick your poison, man. We were pretty deep too.
Yeah,
I mean, we have Ange. They don't have a foreign student
Nietos.
athlete.
Yeah,
We had the Nietos. We have guys that are abroad now as well. Sina SJ, Dave, 30. It's hard to go against those names because they're already like established.
Oh,
and we're like trying to get there. So
Both eras, first 5.
first 5.
Yun na lang. Sinong 5 mo ang itatapat mo sa 5? Coach
Gotta go with Ange.
Ange at the center.
Ange at the center. I'll go with Will Navarro.
I think that's the Coach Tab system.
At 3, you gotta go 30. Actually, you could go big. You gotta go, Dave.
You better put yourself at the 1.
It's either Hughes, SJ, or Matt.
I gotta put myself.
Yeah.
Man. I'll put myself.
You better put yourself at the 1.
Put myself. Come on now.
AD, first 5.
Ako, put Keith at the 1. Ano ko na ito eh. Pinag-isipan ko na ito dati. I'd put Chris Chu at 2. I'd have Ryan at 3. I'd have hirap to, Raba, Noy. At the 4.
Salva pa nga, matibay.
Salva pa,
bro.
Salva pa.
Finals MVP, bro.
I'd probably put Noy at the 4. Defense. Then I'll put Greg at the 5.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, brother.
Thank you, thank
Appreciate you. Good luck with the rest of your long careers. Hopefully, you stay healthy, stay safe, and also good luck on the next coming years that you do. And there you have it. That was that edition of the Shot List. Watch out for more in future episodes here in the game. My name is Mike Reyes, and I'll see you all next time.
The highly anticipated UAAP Season 86 is gearing up for a new season, and it's bringing with it a thrilling new theme and logo that perfectly encapsulates its mission and spirit. With the theme fueling the future and a logo that radiates dynamism, this season is poised to set new standards and inspire generations of student athletes and fans alike. The logo incorporates the colors of the member schools, highlighting unity and evoking the explosive collision of energy, just like in the UAAP. So expect an exciting season ahead, setting new standards and inspiring generations of student athletes and fans. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News and on the Pilipinas Live app, where you can watch us live and our past episodes on demand for just 99 pesos a month. Available for download on Google Play or the App Store. I'm Paulo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.